Welcome to coverage of the 2015 21-hole salute presented by Final Round Radio and Jomez Productions. We are Final Round Radio. My name's Andy Go, joined here by Kevin Keith, or K Squared, and Kevin Burgess, or KB. How's it going, fellas?
Real good. Let's get into part two.
This is going to be round number two, part number two. KB, what are some of the big storylines from the first round?
Man, we got HT shooting a nice solid 200, I believe, so far. He's making a little bit of a move, but nobody's actually making a big move yet. So I'm really curious to see what's going to go on. Ken's actually shooting a little bit over par right now. Bryan and Philo kind of holding steady, and same with Charlie. So let's see if they can get a birdie on 12 here.
We'll pick up coverage on hole number 12, which is 177 feet, par 3, uphill. Bit of a tight fairway, but this is definitely a birdie hole for these pros, and Charlie Coleman gets things started with a forehand route that finishes just to the right, but looks like it's about pin high.
Yeah, an ace run, too.
Here's Tyburski with the backhand, trying to get it up there. It's going to be a little bit short, but that should be good enough for the deuce.
See if Hunter, he always ends up left. He's going left.
Looks like he hit something up top there, maybe a branch or something, but definitely hyzered out, faded out for him at the end. There's Philo.
Gunning for it.
Philo, you could tell, was looking at trying to hit this basket all week long. And
next round, he's going to make a slight adjustment about 4 feet right and 1 foot down.
Bryan Hoffman hits early tree there, but he ends up in the middle of the fairway. Should be able to get a good up and down there.
So there's a little trick on this hole for all those who haven't played it. You kind of want to throw from further back in the tee pad. You don't want to go all the way to the front of the tee pad there.
Is that so you can get above the hill easier?
Yeah, it was really interesting during the practice rounds. The locals were giving Philo a little bit of advice to back up, even though he's like a foot taller than everyone.
Here's Philo with a big putt for his birdie, a death putt there as he was looking to putt back down that hill, but he cleans it up a little bit high, no problems.
Probably about a 25-footer he just stroked in there.
All business.
Charlie Coleman looks to get his deuce too, and he does that straight in the dead center of the chains.
In the heart of the chains.
Bryan Hoffman, what do you guys think about the shorts and tucked-in shirt style that he's got going?
I think it only works because he's wearing 3/4 length shorts. Shaq-size shorts for somebody who's about 5'11".
I mean, it's Shaq. It looks like he's about to start balling.
Hole number 13, 277 feet, par 3. Two different ways to go on this one. The forehand shot to the right or the backhand hyzer route to the left. And Charlie Coleman, of course, adept with the forehand, goes right down the middle. A little bit tight there, but he should have a good, clean look at it.
You see him smiling? Yeah, again, he was like, I'm parked.
Did you say that?
He surely did.
Oh,
you saw him smiling.
I guess if you don't hear a tree, you know it's right there.
Here is Tyburski with a little bit wider route, comes in a little bit hotter.
So Charlie takes the inside line, Ken takes the great line, and one of them has an actual birdie putt. One of them has a hope and a prayer.
Philo again with the backhand. He ends up a little bit short here too.
Philo let that go. Charlie was like, yeah, that should be almost as good as mine.
I guess we did talk about how the right route is tough, but it is a cleaner line into the basket. There's not any trees in the middle of that fairway at the end.
These guys were a pleasure to walk with because they were talking about the course, they're talking about their experiences, and what a window.
Creative.
There is that's definitely the pro route right there. You got to know all the different lines through the trees, and Hunter Todd certainly does that. Shows you why right there.
And he splits the defense.
Ooh, just off to the right.
Did he split those trees?
He talked about it.
He thought about it.
Tyburski for a 2. In the middle of the chains. Great putt there from Tyburski, and he's got a little hop in his step as he cleans that one out.
Nice 50, 55-footer out there. Slightly uphill.
Hunter Todd, no problems.
Nice drive, Charles.
Great save there for 3 for Hunter Todd.
It's a really, really creative save. I'll have to look at that line next time we go play.
Charlie Coleman parked and easily taps in his birdie.
I said next time we play. Again, it's a Final Round Radio joke, but I'm not sure Andy Go actually plays disc golf.
Timeout, fellas. It's been confirmed. Andy Go plays disc golf at least twice a year.
How are we talking about me? We're watching the 21-hole salute. We're watching Philo.
We're watching
and
hole
somehow
14?
we're talking about me. Hole 14, 273 feet, par 3, right to left action, and the basket there on a deep right to left slope. So, got to have a lot of control on your landing here in order to get this one by the pin, and a huge skip off the turf there.
That was coming in hot. Charlie's like, yeah, I think that one's parked too. Everyone's like, no, dude, it's not gonna happen.
Did he throw like max driver on that hole?
Oh yeah, he busted out that I think it was an Avenger SS or something to that effect.
Nice pull here from Philo. Skips it up, and he gets rooted. Oh, my gosh. That root can't be more than an inch or two tall, and yet it stops him from being
He still
parked.
should be able to make it, though.
Yeah, he keeps finding that same route right there.
Here's Hunter. A little bit too long there. Looks like it stayed up in the fairway, though. Forehand shot. And that's a tough line to take because, of course, you really got to get that flex going, and if you go too far, you can dump yourself off in the creek to the left or fade out.
But for those who have the shot, the speed control that Bryan Hoffman put out there, that was really ideal, the level of speed that was coming in.
Bryan's struggling a little bit here. We talk about control and speed control. Let's talk about mental control and see how he gets it back.
Oh, just off the inside
Question
of the chains.
answered.
And it's still rolling, too. A heartbreaking putt there. Just chained out and then catches that edge and rolls.
What?
Let's get another
Tyburski.
angle.
That is definitely worth a second look. And Ken had a little jump there. He knew that he barely escaped having that one go down the hill as well.
These guys are putting like 1050 rated players.
And Hunter gets his up there.
That was an unfortunate roll away on that, though.
That was, but we can see a lot of fast greens here at R.L. Smith.
Textbook birdie out of Philo Brathwaite.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Center chains just above the lip of the basket.
Talk about body language. His body language is coming around a little bit right there. A little bit more walk, a little bit more pep.
Yeah, he didn't hang his head for about 5 minutes after the shot, like in round one.
Yeah, you know, it was really tough caddying for Philo on this one because pretty much anything less than 1035 rated golf, he's not feeling good about it.
Hole number 15, 234 feet, par 3, uphill, left to right. And a lot of players in the first round took the Anheuser backhand approach, so we'll see if they stick to that strategy here. Philo does just that.
I mean, him and
bit
Ken
short.
are on HT's heels here. HT being Hunter Todd.
Nice forehand route. Catches one of those trees. If it didn't catch that tree, fellas, I think that would have been right at the basket.
If disc golf wasn't played in the woods, I wouldn't hit trees.
Here's Tyburski. Comes up a little bit short. He'll be putting around that tree.
Well, KB, I think the USDGC taught us that even when there are minimal trees, people still find them.
That's true. They'll find some rope out there.
Big hyzer forehand there.
Little early, little tight.
Yeah, that forehand shot, I mean, it seems like it should be natural on this hole, but it's such a tough angle.
Here's Hunter Todd with the jump putt just on the outside edge of the chains.
Philo round 3, we'll talk about his putt, but man, it's smooth.
And he just bangs it right in there for a birdie.
He hit that so pure, tried to kick back at him.
Charlie Coleman gets it up on the soft edge and is able to stick it in.
Speaking of body language, Charlie Coleman's starting to feel his game with just a little bit right here.
And Ken Tyburski, he is in the zone right now with his putter. He's knocking him down and making him look easy. Hole number 16, 215 feet, par 3, downhill with a slope left to right by the basket and an OB creek running along the entire right edge of the hole.
A 3-way tie, and one of them is off by 1, so this is intense.
A low shot, but Philo gets the
Ace run.
skip, and it almost wanted to track towards the basket there. Just one of those guardian trees popped up and said no thank you to Philo, but wow, that is a great skip. And not a bad play there on this hole. And the roll moves, and it just gets into the OB creek.
Charlie Coleman with the interesting approach. He takes a jump putt down this hill.
Yeah, that's a lot of variables to throw into your release here. I tend to go for what Tyburski and Philo did, which is just the standstill forehand or the backhand putt.
You tend just to birdie it all the time. That's just what you do.
Well, no, I take the same strategy. The results, unfortunately, can sometimes be quite different. Here's Bryan
looks
Hoffman
like a
going
good
for that skip shot as well. Gets it a little bit wide, and ooh, too wide that time.
That off-angle skip is heartbreaking, taking him way OB.
You have to hit that skip with a hyzer.
Yes.
You have to not hit a
Hunter
tree.
Todd hitting the early tree on the putt, and that's going to cause him to miss his par putt there. And taking a bogey on this hole, especially for these guys, that's one that probably keep you up at night.
Well, he's losing the lead, too.
Yeah, coming into this hole with a three-way tie. Not only is he a former 21-hole salute winner and champion, he's also a multiple-time Charlotte Disc Golf Putting League champion. And so Hunter Todd, back-to-back whiffers. That's tough.
Ken Tyburski is just on fire right now. Really can't say enough about how he's putting. There's just not any putt that he doesn't like right now.
Yeah,
Just
I
finding
agree.
the chains with everything.
Fun fact, Ken Tyburski's been playing disc golf for only about 4 or 5 years now. Went pro less than a year ago.
It's been sickening watching him just be amazing at disc golf.
Hole number 17, 226 feet, par 3, a forehand shot here for a lot of players because you want to try and use that slope up the hill to the basket as a skip platform. Philo going to opt for the Anheuser route, and nobody
like
does it.
round one.
Nobody does it better than Philo. I mean, not many people, I should say, but there's a lot of danger in throwing that backhand Heiser route. If it fades out, then you can be OB very easily.
Man.
Taking a run at the basket is Tyburski. And a little bit of a flex here for Coleman. Skips up at it and just on the outside edge.
Great shot from the fastest player in disc golf right there.
Here is Hoffman. Hoffman making a run at it too. Gets a little bit of an unfortunate skip.
K-Square, did you think somebody was going to ace this hole eventually?
Every time, my breath was being held the entire time. And then Hunter Todd with the flex with the boss.
Oh, and he just stays up there. Very easy to roll out OB
This could
on
be a
that
star
slope.
frame here. Yeah, good putt, Charlie. Could be a star frame.
Charlie cleans it up. Yep, they've all got about circle's edge putts.
This one was a nail biter because you never know with that Heiser forehand if it'll catch edge and roll back down. And they lit it up.
And a nice putt off the straddle for Hoffman.
So our friend Greg Barsby, apparently he says it's only a star frame if you got 5 birdies on one card because it makes a star, 5 points. I heard that during like World's coverage or something. I thought that was pretty funny.
That actually that makes a little bit of sense. We need to incorporate
Or else
that.
it'd be a square frame.
Thank you, Greg Barsby.
So look at that. Beautiful.
There it is. So that is, even by Greg Barsby's high standards, a star frame from our players here at the 21-hole salute. Hole number 18, 300 feet downhill, par number 3, OB right behind that basket, probably only about 15 feet behind that pin. Keep it straight, keep it low, and let it fade right towards the basket is the idea on this one. Philo just a little bit outside, and oh, he gets eaten again by the
Inbounds?
OB.
I think he's actually in there.
He
That's
definitely bounced right off the little bush, and he was so happy that it stayed in bounds this time. Almost an identical shot to last round.
Yeah, hole number 1, he did scoot off into the OB there. And,
Round 1, yeah.
That was a tough break for Philo, so I'm sure he's relieved not to have to get that 2 times in a row. And a big skip from Charlie Coleman, almost making a run at the basket.
This guy knows his game so well. As soon as he let go, he goes, this is going to be parked.
Yeah, he throws the.
Hoffman on the left side, skips off. He's in the rough there. Going to have to come out.
Looks like he didn't commit to that throw.
Surprisingly, there's a little window in there.
Here is
Sit.
Cameraman, come on.
Hunter Todd goes OB.
I think he was aiming at cameraman number 2.
Hoffman with his shot to get out of trouble.
Charlie's like, "Can I tap out, guys? I'm. Come on, let's go. Let's tap out. I want to tap out.
Yeah, I don't think everyone was playing quite fast enough for him.
Ken Tyburski with the rare miss.
It's because he didn't have to putt the last hole. No, he did. He stroked a beautiful putt last hole.
He had a great comeback putt from about 30 feet.
Well, Hunter Todd definitely taking a tough break after that 2-stroke swing.
Philo cleaning up for a birdie. And I'm sure he's happy about that one.
Probably thanking a little bit of some of the bush he hit. Hope he makes an adjustment here coming up soon next round.
Hole number 19, this one coming out back into the field, so a wide open shot, one of the few on the course. Uphill on that final right-hand turn, and the basket tucked in just on that hill. And again, another hole here where getting a birdie is paramount on this hole. Can't afford to lose any strokes to the rest of the card here.
And an absolute boom out of Philo.
What's he throwing there, KB?
Oh, that's a nice quit your job, play disc golf stamped Star Destroyer.
And oh my goodness.
That's a quit your disc golf, get a job, flip over forehand. God, that was out there. That's still fine, though. Way back there?
Even back there, it is fine. There's a really nice open look. As long as you get more than 350 feet, you got a great look for your upshot.
There's
Is there a
Tyburski.
wind?
The wind was actually whipping and swirling out here, so you can't really tell. But if you look at the 3D fly-throughs, Jomez Productions definitely represented the wind well. It was torrential.
I think Bryan might be inbounds on the island hole for hole 20. That was over there. That's perfect.
Well, you're right. He's about 20 feet, about 20 or 30 feet there. That's another tee shot in and of itself right there.
Yeah, he was looking at about a 350, 400-foot upshot.
The thing is, though, even after that shot, he's going to have a pretty easy up and down there for his par. So that shows you, again, the kind of scores that you will be seeing on this hole. Here's Todd putting it up there, spiking it down.
Ironically, he was upset about that shot. It was damn near perfect.
I wonder what he was
Tyburski
mad
fading
about.
towards the pin. Nice finish there from Ken Tyburski.
So we got a little bit of an eagle look here.
Philo just a little bit long, but he'll clean that one up.
Just a bit outside.
A little bit long. Too much mustard on the shot there. Philo again from an obstructed view.
Taking more time than ever.
And he splashes it. Great concentration from Philo.
That was a great putt. That was all, you notice that it was all wrist, all fingers. He had no body movement on that putt.
Hunter Todd cleans up a birdie. Charlie Coleman just a little too high, and those are the ones that keep you up late at night.
It's a tough break, but that little band hit might have been warranted. I think the guy should have called him on a foot fault for that one.
Ooh. A little bit of a world's, situation, foot faults. Maybe.
Maybe another discussion for Final Round Radio. Hole number 20, 225 feet, par 3, and a 30-foot radius here on the circle that you got to get in to the basket. Otherwise, you're going to be re-teeing here. So not strange to see high scores on this hole. Here's Philo, wide hyzer route, and it does not get the skip. Spiked down too hard, and he's going to be re-teeing.
We're taking a second look at that.
Are we? No, that's a second.
That's his second
he
shot.
almost
and-
got a 3.
and
Almost
he
an
almost
identical
threed
shot,
it.
and almost hits it.
That's probably a tough pill to swallow there because he was putting a move on it.
Tyburski with the set shot, and just over the tires and right by the basket. Here's Hunter Todd going with the hyzer route. And a little bit wide, a little bit long, but should be able to clean that one up pretty well.
What, 15 feet or so?
If that.
Oh, get down.
Charlie getting it way high.
Spike.
And it just stays inside.
That puff of sand saved his stroke.
Well, the good news with the spike hyzer is you'll just stick instead of skipping.
Oh, off the tree, or off the tire there for Bryan Hoffman. And
Bryan
he was
Hoffman.
very lucky, and that actually might have been our closest shot so far. It's actually going through the tire.
Well, Bryan must have really wanted that brownie again.
Again? Did he already get one?
Maybe. I know I had a couple brownies, but I didn't play. I just ate them.
Thank you, TD.
Yeah, no problem. That's why you didn't get dessert.
Hunter Todd, he gets the top of the band on that one
Oh,
too.
Hunter's
So
gotta make that.
two straight putts now, or two straight holes where we've seen a miss from the top of the band.
Yeah, Hunter Todd with that frustration tap in right there. It's very out of character for him.
Usually a very calm and collected player on the course, but when you hit top of the band on a 10-footer, that'll tend to do it.
Easy cleanup there.
Hole number 21, 330 feet, par 3, straight ahead with an elevated basket and a strong slope there that the basket's sitting on, and of course a OB corridor that's roped off around each side of the fairway.
A little bit of a two-man race too.
Definitely a tough shot off the tee and really anywhere on this course.
Ken Tyburski going OB in a tough race with a pro player that's of the most elite caliber right here, Mr. Philo Brathwaite. So it'll be a good battle on this last hole.
Here's Bryan Hoffman going out high and wide with the hyzer route. Skips it up, and it gets that edge and rolls OB. And tough bounce here for the first two players, so we'll see if that affects Hunter Todd's
We really made this hole pretty tough, didn't we?
This hole was not easy, not at all. I mean, that is a tight fairway that you have to throw down on each side.
We kept talking about tough pills to swallow. I would have gone with the blue pill on this one because putt might have been the best decision.
Yep, that is another OB here.
Look
And
at Justin dance.
almost hit the spotter.
Hey, we couldn't say enough about the all the volunteers, all the spotters who helped out with this tournament. You notice there were spotters on almost every hole.
So Philo's going here. He knows that Ken just threw out of bounds. What do you think he's thinking here, and what do you think he should be throwing?
Oh, he should be playing it safe right here is what I would imagine. But, wow, he just completely misses the fairway on that one. So all five players go OB off the tee on that hole. So does that make that a star what frame?
A star horrible.
Yeah. A star not very good.
I guess it's still a star frame. It's just
That's what we're saying. It's
kindergarten star frame.
It's not a star birdie frame. It's a star.
Is that a second OB?
No.
And Tyburski with another tough roll
Way to
away.
drop the lead.
This is a very sinister pin placement here on the hill. KB, I mean,
I feel bad for laughing.
You must be a little sadistic in order to put the players through something
Man,
like
if you want to
this.
win a tournament that we think is going to be one of the best tournaments in the country in a few years, you're going to have to earn it. And that's the reason for this pin placement in this hole. I mean, that's just as simple as that. Actually, honestly, Stan didn't like the design of this hole.
You're talking about Stan McDaniel.
Stan McDaniel thought it was too hard.
Well,
so
of course, because there's no trees in the middle of the fairway.
that's probably it.
Stan McDaniel, of course, one of the
Ooh,
most
just
classic
caught from
course,
the outside edge.
course designers in disc golf. Gave some harsh criticism right there.
Philo cleans up, and a tough finishing hole there for round number 2 for a lot of these players
Two
here.
guys tied in the lead, I think, right? So we got Philo and Ken tied for the lead here going into the third round.
That's what it looks like is that Philo Brathwaite, Ken Tyburski, both tied at 13 under going into round number 3, which, of course, we will be bringing you here on our collaboration with Final Round Radio and Jomez Productions. Check it out. We'll be online very soon.
Yeah.
That's it, guys.
Appreciate it.
Yes!